Uh, I'm back. Hi guys. So this is the second part of the video or the series. So now I have registered the data set, and now I'll be doing the feature engineering using Azure OpenAI. So let's get started. So as you can see, I did ask Claude what should be my next step, although I understand it, but again, you can save your time by doing this. So what I'm doing is I am creating an Azure OpenAI resource using the portal Azure portal, and let me see what sort of values I need to use. So this is the fraud OpenAI. I will name it as fraud OpenAI. So it's pretty simple to create. It wouldn't take a longer time to even create this. And I will delete this resource. All networks, including internet, can access this resource. Yes, that's what we need. Um, Validation has failed. Why has it failed? Let's go to the basics. OpenAI 2020 dash something. I will just add my name, right? So that, yeah, dash fraud OpenAI. Let's create this. It is creating the resource. So, and I can show you, I made a bit of change to downloading the data set. It was giving me the null values, like the data set was all empty. So I felt like this may not be the right thing to do. And so the steps involved is I already registered the components and environment. And now I need to run the pipeline, and I am gonna use my ML client and the LLM component. So this is my compute, all right, and what is my key and OI endpoint and the deployment GPT-4. So I'm gonna use this LLM feature engineering, which will actually provide me the right features for based on my data set, and will read partially from my data set, not the full part of it. So this is just basically a connection to a file which actually connects to your LLM resource, the OpenAI resource. Let us see. It would take just few seconds to get deployed. In the meantime, I can show you initially, yeah, let's go back in here. As you can see, I re-registered my fraud data set. Initially, I couldn't see any files. So I wanted to see, explore. I wanted to see the files, because the file size, can you see the file size now? It will just read 10 first rows, and you can see these are the transactions. So these are the columns. Actually, they are after they have done PC on the columns, and then they have provided this data set. So yeah, and the amount and the class. So this is in there. I think this has been deployed now. So what I need is, and also what I've done is, I have the same file on my VS Code, since my VS Code is connected to my Azure ML compute instance. So this is one file. I'll open the so you can actually basically open the file, so you can see all these files in here, right? Run pipeline. So what I would do is I would just replace this part with this part. So yeah, and LLM component. Now I need to put in Azure OpenAI key, as well as the endpoint is there, right? Which I will see here. Resource group is here. manage keys. So click here to view the endpoints. Yeah, let us see. I'm using show keys, so I can use both the keys. Endpoint is this. I will delete this resource. You don't have to worry about this because, and also it's based on the subscription, so I guess it should be okay. So can you see? This is my OpenAI key. Let me get the OpenAI key. Endpoint is this. And I need to run it to check whether it actually works, because sometimes it happens, right? You run the code and it doesn't work, which is again a pretty stupid thing. So I'm using this OpenAI key. Let me run this pipeline to see whether it works. So I'm actually running this pipeline on my Azure ML compute. So I'm not running on my local compute. You can see there's a connection made to the Azure subscription. That's why I say most of my video tutorials are not at introductory level, because it does require you a bit of effort. So can you see that submitting one runs first fives? So as I can see, this is an experimental class. So yeah, I think it is connected. Should be okay. So I am able to connect to my Azure OpenAI. Uh, and now what I need to do is, let us see. So at each step you can validate what you are up to, Ran my pipeline.py script and got this as an output, this as an output, output. What should be done next? Should be done next, done next, next. The pipeline is running successfully. Those warning methods to do copy this URL, paste in the browser. You will see pipeline running in Azure ML Studio with a visual graph. All right, cool. So what I need to do is I need to copy this and see. There's a pipeline running. Let us see. Not sure. Which is pretty cool, right? I think these sort of things, and I'm focusing on automating the pipeline. So I really want to create an end-to-end solution where there is no manual intervention required. So what am I doing is I'm running the whole pipeline wherein I take the fraud data set and then take few rows, and then my LLM model is actually preparing the features, and then I'm doing the fraud processing, right? Train, validate, test. So yeah, let it run for a while. In the meantime, yeah. So all right, and what does it say? So it is still running. So this will be the pipeline job name, which I will require in my next AutoML job. So this is basically creating the train, test, and validation data sets, which I will use for training my AutoML models. So yeah, I guess if you guys think this is really cool um, and uh, would like me to make more tutorials on Azure ML, please consider liking my video and also commenting uh, like where you get stuck. So maybe and what do you like? And are there any better ways of doing things? And also, I would request my viewers, if you have any other topic which you would like me to make a video on, please do comment down. That would be a great thing, and I would really appreciate that. Yep. So let this run for a while, and we'll be back in a in a while, in 2 minutes. So I'm back. Let me share my screen. It did take me a bit of time to use a LLM model. I tried using Hugging Face model or Azure OpenAI, but again, due to quota limitation, I couldn't do it. So have used Gemini model for getting the features. So let me share my screen. So as you can see, I have been able to do it, train my features, get the feature engineering done using Gemini. And I was trying to do it through Azure OpenAI, and I did try a lot of runs. As you can see, I'm not sure.